most affected by sexual and gender-based violence?
Oh yes, almost all the clusters of different clusters of disabilities, all of them are susceptible. You know, we have different clusters of disabilities. We have the visually impaired, that is the blind
Yeah.
people. We have the hearing impaired, the deaf and dumb, but most of the time we do not use this deaf and dumb. Yes, we call them hearing impaired, visually impaired, the physically challenged, the albinos. Albinism is now a vulnerable situation. And again, I was at a program on the International Women's Day, and a lady with albinism was just trying to express the kind of abuse they go through. That at times, even when you are abused and you go to maybe to the police station to report, some of them will even ask you, "Are you not even happy that you are being raped?" Considering your
Okay.
circumstance. You can imagine that level of dehumanization. So, albinism is one of the clusters of disability. We equally have people with spinal cord injury, for instance, cases of
Yes.
cerebral palsy, which I learned again from this particular conference that cerebral palsy does not affect the intellect. It's just the physical, the movement that it affects. But most of the time, when people have children with cerebral palsy, they treat them like animals. They will even hide them in their homes, because they feel that these children are worthless. So this is part of the awareness we need to be creating, telling them that children with cerebral palsy, their intellect is not affected. It might take them time to pick up, but along the line, they are equally as brilliant as every other normal citizen. Then we have the mentally challenged. So all these are the clusters of disabilities we're talking about. Even the dwarfs, leprosy stricken people are also disabled. So the visually impaired, the hearing impaired, physically challenged, the albinos, persons with spinal cord injury, that is talking about the cerebral palsy and some other related disabilities like that. Then the mentally challenged, the dwarfs, etc. So these are the different clusters of disabilities. And all these clusters, all of them are vulnerable to sexual and gender based violence and disability based violence.